may have to do it one at a time. Oh, cute! There you are.